Okay, this is project number 2. We've got an American Harley Davidson. It's a shovel head or a pan head or an iron head or some kind of a head.
Wreck the head.
Wreck the head, yeah. Adam head. So she's from 1981, Dublin registration. Nice looking bike. In the sunshine it gleams nicely.
At least this tank seems lacquered.
Yeah.
So we can spill all the petrol we want on that.
Yeah. So the engine is a Sportster, it says on it.
1000cc.
So yeah, it's nice looking machine. Yeah, it needs a master cylinder for the, or sorry, yeah, slave cylinder for the
rear brake.
The rear brake. It needs some carb work done. This air filter is just it's just loosely fitted at the moment, just so it looks nice. Yeah, it's very sweet bike.
Right, so we got it in. So this will be its home until we have it up and running smoothly. I don't think we're going to do much today, just remove the fuel tank and put it back in the shed. And then figure out exactly what we need to do and then tackle it tomorrow or next week. So I'm just after putting the box of stuff that came with the bike into the shed. So that's your main seat, that's a pillion seat if you want it. So here's the slave cylinder and some braided lines for that. So yeah, and this is the air filter for the carb. So yeah, we're going to see how long this job takes. Hopefully it'll be quick enough. But yeah, famous last words. We learned that with the Triumph. That when you think something's easy, it's never that way. So I'm just taking the tank off the Harley now. With the last bike, we always store the fuel tank in the shed, especially if there's fuel in it, because we're working on the bike inside and we don't want those fumes kind of getting in the house or whatever. So store the tank in the shed. We're not going to do much to the bike today. It was dropped off at around lunchtime. It's extremely heavy, this bike. Like I was saying to Greg, I only took his GS. He's a GS 1250 for a spin the other day, and this feels, maybe it's because the center of gravity is very different on this bike, but even just wheeling this around, I know the tires are a bit flat, so that will play into it, but it's very heavy, and I thought the Triumph was quite a heavy little bike. So we were about dying, sweating when because we drag it down the side of the house and into the conservatory here. So yeah, that was pretty exhausting. And then dragging it around in here to try and keep it out of the way. But we're lucky that all the stuff we need to do on the bike is mainly on this side. So the carb is here. So it's very accessible. The rear slave cylinder, master cylinder, whatever you want to call it, is here. And we need to figure out how the plumbing goes, because the sprocket's on this side, the caliper isn't. So again, we'll look into how to run the plumbing to that. The front brake feels dreadful. All we were asked to do was carb rear brake and fix the exhaust, as it's dropped a bit and it's not sitting right, so fix that. So we're going to do that. If we see anything along the way, we're going to tell the owner what else we figured wrong with the bike and what we think should be fiddled with. The front brake, definitely. And you can see the mud guards misaligned. Little things, but yeah. So I'll check back in with you when I have the tank off. For those of you who don't know how to remove a fuel tank on a bike, because we all have to start somewhere, it's very easy. So on this bike, so you have the petcock here. So obviously make sure that's off, because if you remove anything, fuel is just going to pour out everywhere. So make sure that's off. I usually just remove it from the carb here, the fuel line. That's what you do. Then depending on the bike, there's going to be several bolts holding the tank on. Undo them, and then the tank will just lift straight off. So it's very, very straightforward. Main thing, just make sure your fuel is turned off at the tap here. Alright, the tank is off, so it's just simple 2 bolts here, and then this kind of spacer. So it was here and here.
It's the same, is Triumph wiring at them? I don't know if that's, I don't know what that is. It's going into some, oh, it's a kickstand, is it? No, that's on the other side. What does it do then? Oh, it goes up there.
Auto saw.
It's the auto saw connection. I'd like to have a torch that fitted into that hole there. Maybe my iPhone torch will fit into that hole. Because I think it goes into the end. I don't want the camera, I want the torch. Yeah, there's something. There's a smaller, similar bushing. It's about half the size of that on the other side. I know what it is. It's the indicator oil reservoir. It's the indicator oil reservoir in there.
I'm just trying to clobber together and make sense of the parts we were given. So this was the old master cylinder for the bike. As you can see, the piston here is seized, and also, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a flared cone in here, and then on this one, it's, you would think it's the same, but it's actually threaded for a banjo nut. So, and then the other issue is the caliper then is the same as the master cylinder. There's a flared cone in it. So yeah, trying to figure this out with the parts we were given. Now we could just order everything. Again, we're doing this for someone, so we don't know how much they want to put into this or whatever. Mine and Greg's good instinct is to just order a new master cylinder with the correct fitting to match the caliper, and then get the correct plumbing, because if you actually look at the diagrams and stuff, it goes from like a copper brake line to like a flexible one, then into a copper one and stuff. So yeah, because we're given 3 different brake lines. See, one is threaded, and you can see there's the, like one side will have a male and one will have a female taper, so they sit in together. But we don't know, since it's a Harley, we're assuming this taper on this one is imperial, and then we don't know if these ones are metric. And obviously if one's imperial, one's metric, you might think they're fitting nice together, but you know, you'll get a leak. So that's where we are. Proof of concept. So we have rigged up a brake line with some banjo bolts. It's gone into the caliper. So just going to see if it works and if it leaks or not.